Alright, chat. It's early in the morning, but I just wanted to make this quick little video to basically put this Toji and Maki thing to rest. I think it's pretty. I won't say it's pretty clear in the manga. There's obviously some misunderstandings because um, it's not really. It is really clear, but again, like people consume content and people might just spread lies. So I just wanted to go over it in depth. I posted this on my community post. It was a comment that I saw on Alonzi's video. It has 22 likes. Obviously, a lot of people agree with it. It's saying that Toji nor Maki could see curses, but they could feel the air shifting around the cursed spirit. I just realized he said that he can't see cursed spirits, but they could smell and smell and hear it. Smell and hear cursed spirits, but they can't see it. Yeah, that's really ridiculous. But it says it's kind of as if they have a sixth sense. Sixth sense. Okay, sense, whatever. Um, yeah, it's just not true. Actually, I'll just pull up the sense thing. I actually didn't pull that up either, so let me do that. What chapter was that? That was chapter 77. So Yuki pulls up on Geto and she's like, okay, so heavenly restriction users. Despite not having curse energy, Toji has zero curse energy. Toji was able to sense curses using his five senses, and I think this is pretty obvious what it's saying here. Toji can see curses, Toji can smell curses, Toji can hear curses, Toji can taste curses, and Toji can feel curses. That's pretty obvious, right? But people cope about that. I literally don't know what the cope is around this. They think like sense doesn't include sight, whatever. So we'll just skip past that, right? Because it's not. This isn't the only amount of evidence for that. The next amount of evidence is the fact that Maki, before her awakening, could not see curses without her glasses, right? So we can go back to the chapter before this when she pulls up on Ogi, and she still has her glasses on, right? She has her glasses on because she can't see curses, right? But after her awakening, she can see curses now, and that's why she doesn't, grab some new glasses or anything like that, because she can see it now, right? Mai takes all of her curse energy because, again, before her full awakening, Maki had a little bit of curse energy, less than a regular human, but more than Toji, who has a full heavenly restriction. And Maki and Mai dying took away all of her curse energy. So after her awakening, she's a full heavenly restriction user, and she should do the exact same things that Toji does, right? Be able to sense curses with the five senses. Now, the reason I have this open is because there's this one guy in my comment section. Yeah, he's a hilarious guy. So he says, actually, I'm just go ahead and like, where should I pull up? So he says, when Maki awakens and the guy teaching her explains to use your other senses to see, it's understandable to interpret that as Maki cannot see cursed spirits 100%. Because once again, it's stated in the manga that those who do not have cursed energy cannot see cursed spirits. And I said that's not stated because it's not. It's not stated that if you have no cursed energy, you can't see curses. It's actually the opposite. If you have no cursed energy, you can see it. It's literally the opposite, okay? He's obviously talking about non-sorcerers who can't use their cursed energy, but if you actually read the Sakurajima colony, you'll realize what Maki is talking about here, right? Because what he's referring to is, I actually say it in my comment, I said, that's never stated, which I'm referring to not being able to not see cursed spirits. That's another thing just made up by the community. Maki says outright, I can see curses with this new body. And then he goes on to insult me. Obviously, again, I never insult people. I never do, right? But this guy, whatever. So he goes on to talk about how Maki goes ahead and she says, everything around me will tell me how Nayo will move, right? And and then she says, without glasses, I couldn't see what others people could see. I gained this body thanks to mine, and now I can see curses without glasses, right? And he's basically telling me that Maki saying this is the reason she can see curses now. But again, that's just not true, right? 2 chapters before this, 2 chapters before this, Daido pulls up, and Daido is the it's so crazy. Daido is the one with the sixth sense that people are talking about. Is Daido, because Daido can't see Naoya. Maki can see Naoya, but Daido cannot. He doesn't know that a cursed spirit is there, but he's like, I can see everything other than the cursed spirit, so there has to be a cursed spirit there, right? Maki can see Naoya though. He says, hey lady, there's a cursed spirit there, right? Hold on, where is it? Girl, something's there, right? And she's like, oh, you can't see it? He was like, if I see everything else, then it's the same as if I'm seeing it. And then she's like, what? So what is he doing? She literally says, I don't have the ability that Daido has. So this sixth sense that people are talking about, Maki just outright says, I don't have that. She cannot see everything else that Naoya has. She doesn't. Okay? So if people are saying that she has the sixth sense after she awakens, like the second thing after training with Mio, then you're saying that Maki literally couldn't see anything before that, and she was talking to Naoya and doing all this stuff to Naoya before that, but she wasn't, because she outright says, I cannot see it. She was like, what is it I'm not seeing? What is it that I'm not seeing? She literally says, I don't have that ability. The thing that people are literally giving Maki, she says, I don't have it. So what was Maki doing before? Huh? Oh my gosh. Like, and then the biggest thing is like, it's the fact that he ignores the fact that she said, I gained this body thanks to my dying. Mai died 50 chapters ago. She's talking about, like, she gained this ability 50 chapters ago. She didn't just gain this ability. She can see curses, bro. I cannot map it out more for these people, bro. It's so ridiculous. They keep arguing this thing. I don't know what's so complicated. I'm going to go over it in order again, okay? Maki and Toji can see curses. They can sense curses with their 5 senses. They can see curses. They can touch curses. They can taste curses. They can hear curses, and they can touch curses. We see Toji literally do all 5 of those, okay? Boom. Then, the sixth sense that people are talking about, Maki outright says, I do not have that. What is it that I'm not seeing? She literally cannot do what Daido does. Daido is the one who can see everything but Naoya. Maki can see Naoya. Again, I'm going to say it again. Can I see it, you ask? No, I cannot see Naoya, but if I see everything else, then it's as if I am seeing it. Maki says, what is it that I'm not seeing? She cannot see everything else. She just sees Naoya. Now, what does she gain after training with Mio, huh? She gains the ability to see everything else other than Naoya. She gains this ability right here, where she can see the air molecules and grab it and have precognition. This is what she gains after the fact. But before that, when she was interacting with Naoya, she could see him. There's nothing more to add on to this. She's literally talking to Naoya. She's literally talking to Naoya, bro. She's literally talking to Naoya. When have you ever been an adult? She's literally staring at Naoya. All this stuff. I don't know, like, what else to tell these people, bro. This sixth sense is literally what Daido was doing. And Maki says, I don't have that ability yet. And she gains it afterwards. There's nothing more for me to say here, honestly. This guy just, like, outright just disrespected me for no reason, right? He's like, oh, if you can't read. Like, oh my gosh. And this is, like, just not true, bro. It doesn't say that. It literally says the exact opposite. It says that if you have 0 curse energy, you can see curses. It never says if you have 0 curse energy, you can't see it. It never says that. And he's, like, trying to say that me saying that it's never stated is a semantic thing. I don't know what else to say to this guy. I don't know. Okay, it's just these guys, like, they literally cannot read, bro. JJK fans cannot read. They can't. Let me see if he replied to this, actually. No, he didn't reply to this. He went on to reply to me saying that everyone has curse energy. Because they do. Everyone has curse energy. They just can't control it. bro, like, I like, you know what I'm saying? Yeah, I don't think I have to go through it one more time. Like, again, I have the proof right here. Right here. See, touch, smell, hear, touch. See, touch, smell, hear, taste. Right? 5 senses. Then we have Maki getting the full heavenly restriction. Then we have Maki saying, I can see cursed spirits after Mai died. Not, I can see cursed spirits now that I trained with Mayo. I don't think, like, this is just the biggest thing that blows my mind about people. How they literally read this thing and they're like, oh no, this is referring to her training with Mayo. Even though it literally says, I gained this body thanks to Mai. It doesn't say, I gained this ability from training with Mayo. I gained this body thanks to Mai dying. This happened 50 chapters ago. So again, you have to tell me what Maki was doing before. You have to tell me what Maki was doing before her training with Mayo. What was Maki doing before her training with Mayo that allowed her to speak to Naoya, to look at Naoya, to do all of this to Naoya? Tell me, what was Maki doing before this? They will freeze because there's nothing you can say. All you have to do is think for a little bit and you will realize, oh, this makes absolutely no fucking sense, bro. Oh my gosh, this is like, it's like, bro, it's 7 in the morning, bro. Like, these people just don't, it's just so ridiculous, bro. Why do they make it so complicated? It's as simple as, it's as simple as Toji and Maki can see them. Like, bro, by limiting all cursed energy, his body became sharpened to the point where he does, like, bro. Yeah, what am I supposed to say, bro? I'm gonna just make this video. I don't think people who like, I don't think people who watch this channel would be thinking otherwise. So, like, you know, probably not gonna have comments on the contrary. But if you are here and think that Toji and Maki can't see curses, tell me why. Because I just explained to you I just explained to you why they can multiple times. So now you have to tell me the contradictions. There are none. There are none. Like, if you actually read the story in context, then, you know, it'll make sense to you. So yeah.